What if I told you that the obstacle in your way is actually the path to your success? It's not just a problem, it's an opportunity. The Stoics knew it, emperors lived by it, and today, some of the most successful people in the world draw their strength from this simple yet revolutionary idea. The obstacle is the way. Want to learn how to turn hardships into power? Then this video is made for you. In this first part, we'll explore how clear perception, determination, and consistent action can transform any obstacle into an opportunity. We begin with a powerful shift in mindset. The obstacle is not the end, it's the beginning. Most of us grow up believing that obstacles are bad. They slow us down, block our path, or cause pain. When we face difficulties, we feel like we've failed, and often we give up. But what if an obstacle was actually a wake-up call? Through the lens of Stoic philosophy, Ryan Holiday offers a simple truth. The obstacle is the way. Whatever stands in your path can become the key to progress, if you learn to see it differently. Think of Thomas Edison. When his entire lab burned down, many thought it was the end of his career. Instead, he said, "Thank goodness all our mistakes were destroyed. Now we can start fresh." That's the core message of this book. Change your perspective. Holiday isn't just telling you to stay positive, he's asking something deeper. Train your mind to see crises as doorways, not walls. The first step isn't to fight, it's to stop fearing. Because once you understand that the obstacle is just a stage, not the end, you've already taken the most powerful step toward freedom. And that changes everything. Before you can act with power, you must first learn to see with clarity. This is the first principle of Stoic thinking, and one of the foundations of Ryan Holiday's message. We often react to problems emotionally. Fear, panic, anger. These emotions cloud our judgment and distort reality. But the Stoics believed that calm perception, not raw emotion, is the key to strength. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." It's not the obstacle itself that defeats us. It's how we perceive the obstacle. Is it a curse or a challenge? Imagine you lose your job. Most people panic, feel worthless, or fall into despair. But through the Stoic lens, you ask, what does this situation make possible? What can I control right now? You separate emotion from fact. You stop saying, "This is terrible," and start saying, "This is what's happening. What can I do about it?" That's clarity. It doesn't mean denial or toxic positivity. It means staying grounded in reality, even when things feel out of control. Holiday reminds us, perception is the filter through which we see the world. And if your filter is broken, you'll never act effectively. But if your perception is calm, honest, and clear, then you can navigate anything. In other words, the obstacle doesn't need to change. You do. And that begins with how you choose to see. How many times have you felt powerless in front of a problem because you couldn't control it? But here's the truth. You don't need to control the outside world. You need to control yourself. That's the secret most people ignore. And now, it's time to understand it. One of the most important lessons Stoic philosophy and Ryan Holiday teaches us is this. We cannot control events, but we can control how we respond to them. In life, there will be losses, failures, and injustices. No matter how hard we try, we can't avoid them all. But we can choose how we face them. Epictetus said it clearly. Some things are up to us. Some things are not. Knowing the difference sets you free. If you waste your energy trying to change people, circumstances, or events outside your control, you'll only end up exhausted. But when you turn inward, building character, resilience, and discipline, you discover a power that was always there, but hidden. Holiday encourages us to think strategically. If I can't change the external, I can change the internal. If I can't control the problem, I can control my reaction to it. That's freedom. Real strength isn't controlling others. It's staying in control of yourself when everything around you is falling apart. And that's what builds an unshakable person. After perception and control comes the next essential element: action. Many people freeze in front of problems. They overthink, hesitate, or wait for the perfect moment. But perfection never comes. And while we wait, fear grows. The Stoics believed that the cure for fear is movement. Ryan Holiday emphasizes a powerful truth. There's always something you can do. It may be small. It may not solve the entire problem. But action, any action, breaks the cycle of passivity. Think of a massive boulder in your path. You can stare at it for hours and wish it would move. Or you can begin chipping away piece by piece. Progress is not about giant leaps. It's about steady pressure. Action isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet, disciplined, and consistent. It's the daily habits, the small steps, the refusal to give up. Take Ulysses S. Grant, for example, a key figure in the American Civil War. He wasn't flashy or charismatic, but he acted with relentless resolve. While others hesitated, he advanced. And that made all the difference. Holiday reminds us, action is the solution and the cure to our predicaments. It's not about rushing blindly. It's about taking calculated, intentional steps forward, no matter how uncertain the outcome may feel. Even when we're unsure, doing something gives us momentum. And once momentum builds, it fuels confidence. And confidence fuels more action. So if you feel stuck right now, ask yourself, what's one small step I can take today? Because doing something is always better than doing nothing. And that's how we move forward, obstacle by obstacle. Persistence is often misunderstood. People think it's about brute force, pushing through pain, refusing to quit. But real persistence is not just about being tough. It's about being smart, adaptable, and deeply committed to the long game. In The Obstacle is the Way, Ryan Holiday shows that persistence is not a moment of inspiration. It's a practice, a discipline, a mindset you carry with you every single day. When things don't go your way, what do? Do you give up, or do you adjust your approach and keep going? The Stoics teach us to endure, but not blindly. We learn, adapt, and act again, with more wisdom each time. This is what separates the successful from the average. They're not stopped by failure. They're shaped by it. Holiday gives the example of Demosthenes, the great Athenian orator. Born with a speech impediment, mocked by others, and physically weak, no one believed he could ever speak in public. So what did he do? He trained his voice by shouting into the wind, practiced with pebbles in his mouth, and spoke daily in front of a mirror. His persistence turned a weakness into legendary strength. That's strategy. That's skillful persistence. It's not about doing the same thing over and over. It's about doing it better, smarter, and with greater clarity each time. When you face obstacles, don't just push. Pause, reflect, adjust, and then persist again. Because those who persist with purpose don't just overcome, they rise. The obstacle is not the end. It's your chance to grow, to evolve, and to prove what you're truly made of. If you enjoyed this video, a simple like or comment makes a huge difference. It helps us keep going, reach more people, and build a community of those who refuse to give up. If you're one of them, stay with us, because in the next part, we'll explore the power of will, resilience, and how to stay standing, even when everything around you falls apart. Until then, remember, you are not defined by the obstacle. You are defined by how you respond to it.